The first thing you see is this gigantic round structure called the Pearl. This has no function other than to look pretty. I bet some of you know people like that, don't you? Hey travelers, do you like to be connected to the internet? Of course you do. You are right now. This video is being sponsored by Airalo, a service I have actually been using for a couple years now. Airalo is a free app you can download, and they offer eSIM support for over 200 countries around the world, including Germany for that Christmas market river cruise, the entire Mediterranean, USA, Mexico, Bahamas, and I'm gonna say almost basically anywhere in the world you're gonna be traveling. You download the app for free, pick out the country you're going to be visiting, install the eSIM before you leave, very important, and then as soon as you get off the plane, you turn off your normal carrier and turn on the eSIM from Airalo. As far as my experience goes, it's always been super easy, and I just love knowing when I get there, as soon as I get off the plane, or as soon as the ship gets into port, I'm going to be able to open up Google Maps, I'm going to be able to order an Uber, or I'm going to be able to check into my flight on the last day of the cruise. Go to try.airalo.com/very-unofficial travel guide, no S, and enter code unofficial3 for $3 off your first eSIM from Airalo. And now, on to the video. Yes, we made it on board the Star of the Seas, and I want to catch you up with everything that happened today, starting with waking up in our hotel, which was called the Florida Hotel, right in the Florida Mall. If you're looking for a one-night hotel to stay in before cruising out of Port Canaveral, I would recommend it. Jesse, what did we pay for that night?
I don't remember.
It wasn't more than 200, was it? It was more like 160, I think.
Yeah, I think it was 175, I think.
So it had a pool, it had a big fitness center, it had a couple restaurants, it had a Starbucks. I think for one night before a cruise, it's totally adequate. And what was nice for us, because we arrived at different times, was it was really close and convenient to the airport. So Jesse picked me up last night. We went there, slept, and drove over here this morning. So we rented a car and drove over to the port, and we parked like literally, I want to say we probably couldn't have gotten a parking space closer to the ship. And even though this is the largest cruise ship in the world and it takes up to 7,000 passengers, in fact, I think at full capacity, even over 7,000 passengers, the embarkation went so smoothly. I mean, have you ever had it go that quickly?
Just when we got on Utopia.
Yeah, that's true. We boarded Utopia in this terminal last year around this time, and I don't know, something about the way they do it, something about this terminal is just super organized. We breezed right through. In fact, we were checked in so fast that we were in the terminal building and they weren't even ready to let us get onto the ship, so we had to sit down and wait a little bit. When you enter the Star of the Seas, the first thing you see is this gigantic round structure called the Pearl. This has no function other than to look pretty. I bet some of you know people like that, don't you? It's so, I don't want to say breathtaking, but it's a really spectacular thing to see when you walk into the ship. And because the cabins weren't ready, we spent a lot of the first couple of hours here on board just kind of walking around and checking things out. If you've been on an Oasis class ship before, you know these ships have different neighborhoods. It's a bigger, similar design to the Oasis class, but this is the Icon class. And on the Oasis class, what used to be the boardwalk is now called Surfside. So it was interesting to walk around back there. And I'm going to do a whole dedicated video talking about some of the changes on this class of ship over the Oasis class, and if I think that it's an improvement or if I liked it better on the Oasis class. And the Surfside is one that definitely I'm going to be talking about a lot. One thing I can tell you already is this ship is very colorful. Another little snack in the Aquadome Market, and they announced that the cabin's already, so I'm heading down to the cabin. So many suitcases here already, it almost looks like the last day of the cruise, doesn't it? Oh, look, we got some free merch. Star of the Seas hats. I wonder which one I'll take. Let me just take off my bag here and I'll show you around really quickly. Of course, I will be doing a full, dedicated, very detailed cabin tour, but not today. But my first impression compared to the last brand new Royal Caribbean ship I was on, which was the Utopia of the Seas, almost exactly at this time last year, is it does feel kind of sparse compared to some of the older Royal Caribbean ships, but it does still seem sort of modern and homey. It doesn't seem as sterile as I remember the Utopia of the Seas feeling. Here's something interesting. Listen to this message that we got.
Message received on August 16th, 2025 at 1 p.m.
So this is today.
This is a message from the shore excursion team in regards of your cabana for perfect day at Coco Cay. We would like to know how many persons will be on your cabana.
They're saying, yeah, we want to talk to you about the cabana you reserved for Coco Cay. Please let us know how many passengers are going to be in the cabana, but we didn't book no cabana, so I don't know if this is a mistake or if somehow we got comped a cabana. That would be cool. I have to get to the bottom of this. Stay tuned. This is just sort of a like the bring you along on the first day so far. And actually, we were supposed to sail away like about an hour ago, and then there was an alpha call. That's what they call when there's a medical emergency someplace in the ship, and now there's a fire truck and an ambulance waiting outside, and I actually did just see somebody get brought out of the ship on a stretcher. So of course we hope that person is okay, and if they do need emergency medical care, of course it's great that they we're able to take care of that when we're still here on land and not when we're like 300 miles out at sea. We also took the opportunity to have like 3 snacks. We just kind of kept snacking around, and one thing that I'm already really impressed by on this ship, besides it just being super colorful and vibrant and having a very fun atmosphere, is there are so many different dining venues. And I have watched a few videos about the ship already, but I don't know, there's still some that I guess I'm discovering. We kind of did a lunch crawl. How does that sound?
Yes, a progressive lunch.
A progressive lunch. Before I go, I want to say, how do you feel about me finally getting a company to work with me as a sponsor? I hope you're not too annoyed that in the next couple of videos, you're going to see that intro of me talking about Airalo. And I'm being really honest, I've already used this for a couple years. So the fact that I get to work with them and help promote them and let people know that this is a good service and it works really well, that makes me really happy. And even if you're not necessarily interested or looking for an eSIM right now, I think it still helps me out if you can go to try.airalo.com/veryunofficialtravelguide and just like look around. That helps me out too. In the next couple of weeks here on the Very Unofficial Travel Guides, I'm going to be posting more videos about the ship, about the cabin, and a lot of other things that I consider highlights. And you know me, there's going to be lowlights. So make sure you're subscribed and check back soon. And now I think we're starting to sail away.